Happy e-learning day, 6th graders. Today you are doing task 1 and task 2. So I'd like you to try them on your own and then come back and check your work with mine to make sure you're understanding things before our quiz. Alright, so let's get started. Adriana is playing a game where she tries to start and stop a stopwatch at exactly 4 seconds. She recorded her 3 attempts below. So attempt 1 was 4.1 seconds, attempt 2, 3.92 seconds, attempt 3, 3.979 seconds. Which attempt do we think is the closest and which one is the farthest? Alright, well if we look, this one is disconnect my Apple Pencil. Our first one is 0.1 seconds away from 4. Our second one is 0.08 seconds away. And our third one is about 21 thousandths away. So which one is the closest? Well, attempt 3 is the closest. And then the one that's furthest away was attempt 1. Alright, there's the first question. Number 2, how close is attempt 3 to exactly 4 seconds? So we need to subtract. We're starting at 4 and subtracting this 3.979. So remember, we need to add some zeros here at the end. I can't do 0 minus 9, so I borrow. My 4 changes to a 3. My 0 changes to a 10. But I need to take 1 away from that, so now it's a 9. And this 0 is a 10. But I need to take 1 away, so now it's a 9. And this last one's a 10. Alright, I subtract. 10 minus 9 is 1. 9 minus 7 is 2. 9 minus 9 is 0. And 3 minus 3 is 0. So I was right when I estimated. Alright, so number 3, it says Adriana claims that her total time is close to 12 seconds. What is the total time for her 3 attempts? So what we need to do is we need to add all 3 of her attempts up. So our first one was 4.1, our second one was 3.92, and then our last one was 3.979. And remember, when we're adding, we have to put all of our decimal points lined up. So I need to add some zeros here. 0 plus 0 plus 9 is 9. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 plus 7 is 9. 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 plus 9 is 19. Carry my 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. So our answer is 11.999 seconds. Alright, that was task 1. Moving on to task 2. We need to order the products from smallest to largest and then put them in order. And then question 1.2 is asking us to figure out the smallest and the largest. So as we look at these, we want to find the smallest one. Well, if we look, 1.3 is a lot bigger than this one. So let's see if there's a number that's smaller than 0.08 and 0.09. This one is bigger. This one is also bigger, and our last one is also bigger. So the 0.08 times 0.09 is our smallest. Okay, so then that one's done. We can cross that off. I think this 1.3 and 2.5 is our biggest, because if we look, that's the only one that has a whole number. So 1.3 times 2.5. Alright, we have our smallest and our biggest. Now we have to figure out the ones in between. So we have 0.06 times 0.4, we have 0.4 times 0.3, or we have 0.06 times 0.23. So figuring out our next smallest, it's going to be the one that they're both in the hundredths, so it's this one. 0.06 times 0.23. So then that one's done. Now we have 2 left. Well, this one's in the hundredths, this one's in the tenths. If it's in the hundredths, that's going to be smaller. And then lastly, here is our order. Alright, so then it says calculate the smallest and largest products, write your answer as a decimal. So our smallest was 0.08 times 0.09, and our largest was 1.3 times 2.5. Alright, so let's start with our smallest. Alright, so we are really doing 8 times 9. Well, I know that fact, that's 72. But now I need to count how many numbers are behind the decimal point in my problem. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means in my answer, I also need 4 lines. So 72 goes at the end, and then I put zeros here. So this is my answer for the smallest. Okay, now let's do the same thing for our largest. So remember, when we're multiplying these, we just forget that the decimal's there. This is really 13 times 25. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. Do my 3 things, cross off the 5, cross off the 1, and put a 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. Now I add it up. 5 plus 0 is 5. 6 plus 6 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. Alright, I'm not quite finished. I need to figure out where my decimal point goes. I have 2 numbers behind the decimal point, so I need 2 in my answer. So 3.25 is my answer for the largest. Awesome, and the last question you have to do today. Number 2, what is the area of this rectangle? So remember, when we're calculating area of rectangle, you just take your length times your width. Well, my length is 2.8, and my height is 2.3, or my width. So I'm doing 2.8 times 2.3. So now remember, we forget that the decimal point is even there. This is really 28 times 23. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Do our 3 things, cross off the 3, cross off the 2, and put a 0. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Now we add it up. 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 6 is 14. 1 plus 5 is 6. Now we count our decimals. We have 1, 2. That means we need 2 in our answer. So our answer is 6.44. And we are all done. I hope this first 2 pages made sense. If you have questions, make sure you ask for help and send me a Schoology message. Otherwise, enjoy your snow day. Bye.